I'm Gamer Lynn.
And we are 10 times 10. We are back with another unboxing video.
So basically, we, by our glorious DM Matt,
Oh yes, our lovely friend,
were granted a good number of boxes from the Icons of the Realms, Fangs and Talons.
Yes.
This set, I think, is a callback to a good mixture of basic kind of like figurines to just like terrifying monsters that usually you will run into a campaign. I mean, this is the big box ones. So you kind of see most of our boxes are probably like a good maybe 3/4 of the size of this one. So these boxes are way bigger.
They are, yeah.
Which usually means bigger figurines. I'll start.
Okay.
So I got the opportunity to present some kind of like what player characters would pick for their miniatures. So first one I would love to throw out is a Lizardfolk.
Yeah.
Now, this Lizardfolk here is magnificently built. He's got a nice array of colors with a mixture of like a light blue, a yellow kind of like fin stuff coming on the back there. Great detail put onto his costume and his armor. His sword looks very, very prehistoric bone, kind of like makeshift weapon. And he's even got a little basket of arrows here.
He looks very mighty.
Very mighty. Again, I love seeing representation of different kind of like races.
Yes.
Made into miniatures. Because definitely this one reminds me of a campaign I read early on. Oh, I didn't run it personally. I was involved in. And one of my friends played a Lizardfolk. Probably the greatest Lizardfolk that will ever go down in history in my book. By the name of Drenty. Shout outs to you, Alex.
Yeah. Rock Rage.
And definitely I could always go for more representation for the Lizardfolk.
Yes. And then I was doing from the DM side, I have awesomeness. So from a player's perspective, we have encountered this particular Thingamabob quite a bit, especially in our current Second Darkness campaign. The Aboleth. Aboleth.
Aboleth?
Yes, the
Aboleth.
Aboleth. The Aboleth. Yes. He's a very...
Now, I always imagine it being bigger.
Me too.
But then again, though, I forget that they have like, I guess, not like subspecies to them, but I guess different array to them.
Yeah, so it's like they could probably come in varying sizes, but this is probably the average maybe. But oh my goodness, we have been tortured, tormented, stalked, torn apart, tricked,
manipulated, bamboozled.
Oh my goodness, the shenanigan. So by these aboleths, man, and so from a DM's perspective, holy moly, this is a great, fantastic thing to have in the arsenal, as it were. So, bam.
Another choice. Granted, I think this one miniature is more kind of like a DM weapon, but the look of the armor and the detail into the armor itself just makes it look so cool that I would love for this to actually be a actual representation of a player character, but it's an animated armor.
So intricate. And
this is easily could be a choice for a player character that is like a paladin or some type of heavy armor fighter build that is just like fisticuffs or fighting like hidden with a gauntlet and stuff like that. This dude looks rad. Man, like I said, the detail of the ornaments on his armor, the stance itself is just stalking, like he's just charging in, about to mess something up.
Let's go!
Let's go! Dude looks dangerous.
Awesome.
So definitely will be like a great representation for that type of paladin or fighter character.
Fantastic. And then of course we have this lovely guy. So this one is the Ambush Drake, which I'm pretty sure that we've come across and whatnot. Obviously, in just, just singular and whatnot, is like, not too bad, take them on. In a pack,
they become
there's a whole bunch of It's like.
And it always goes down to, because I think they are like early level kind of like enemy.
Yeah.
But it's just that pack tactics that makes it so dangerous.
Gosh. So again, this is PTSD on the receiving end of these things. Great tool. Great lovely little tool to use to inflict fear upon your players early on.
All right, my next choice for player characters, of course, has to be the human wizard. Again, basic. Even though I love some videos too, how they talk about like people who pick the human race, where like you have all these fancy choices and you still choose to be human. Hey man, you can't beat what works. It's a great representation. So we got a human wizard here, and what I like the aesthetic about it is he's got the elongated robes that you would expect from a wizard. He's even holding the book.
Yes.
As he's casting a spell from his staff. And you can see the spell like it's going off. So again, you always get us with that whole ethereal look kind of thing when you put on the miniature.
Yes.
But I love the aesthetic of this because it just shows everything that makes a wizard. From the flowing robes to actually holding this book that he's casting his spell from, and then you seeing the spell spark off.
Yeah.
Great representation. Probably one of the best I've seen.
Yeah. Speaking of ethereal, I have this lovely Banshee. Again, PTSD from being on the receiving end of these gosh darn things.
Was this for you in Strahd?
No, did we?
In
Second Darkness?
In Second Darkness?
Yeah.
I can't remember now.
Yeah, because so in Second Darkness, in this lovely campaign.
No, I do remember, because
Yeah,
it screamed that it killed somebody.
Yeah, because we messed with the armor.
That's right.
And she got turned into a Banshee, but we didn't have to fight her if we didn't mess with her armor and try and loot her dead corpse, desecrate the dead body. But no, we had to. So who knows why? And she didn't even have the greatest stuff on her. Darn it.
I'm gonna go this one. All right. We got here a Fire Genasi fighter, which again, I love representation.
Oh, Fire Genasi.
Genasi, sorry, I said it wrong.
No, you're fine.
Fire Genasi fighter. Again, another representation of another race. Even though this one I find a little weak. Because, again, like, when I think of Fire Genasis or Genasis that are elemental kind of thing or whatever, I think of an elaborate showing of their race. Otherwise, they blend in too easily because they still take on the human form. And this one does that. Again, I'm not going to hate on it too bad because, again, it works. It looks like a humanoid.
She's got a wicked faux hawk.
Yeah, she's got a wicked faux hawk, but this comes off as somebody just looks human.
Sure.
Instead of looking like a powerful Genasi, Fire Genasi, and stuff like that. So they could have did a little bit more detail, but again, it's still a cool look and a cool representation. Again, she could just come off as African American human too, which I guess it works.
Cute. I'm gonna do these two together because I mean, like, they're both hags, so y'all know. Well, actually, this is a. I'm sorry, it's not a.
I'm about to say
this is not a hag. This is a skeletal alchemist in like a witchy looking.
That's a hag in this light form.
It's very cool.
Later form.
It's so awesome. Oh my gosh. And then also the green hag as well. It's like, I just love like the aesthetics and whatnot. Also, hags, super dangerous. Holy moly.
Again, always good to have a hag in your campaign.
Especially if you have 3 of them and it's like you got your coven going on and then you just want to mess
Green one I
everybody
think
up.
is the more common. I won't say basic because again, a hag is never basic. But I think that is probably like throughout D&D history or tabletop, the most common one that you probably run into.
It would be really fun to like have it as the NPC and everything that actually isn't hostile towards your characters, but then like of course they see it and they're like, is that a bad guy?
Yeah, so that's immediately what they're gonna be like, he deals when I'm dead.
Skeleton.
I can't be friends with him, I'm the paladin.
Right. Well, depending on your god, I suppose. Anyways.
And then the almighty Pack Mule. Alright. This is the most important PC piece ever.
Bro.
You gotta get you one of these.
Oh my gosh.
Cause I know your party. Your party likes loot.
Huh.
You like having the nice and finer things in life with your party and your party members. How you carrying all that stuff around, dog? How you carrying 2,000 to 10,000 pieces of gold? You can't carry it. It's not possible. But you can with a pack deal.
Is this a commercial for pack
Yeah.
deal? Get one today.
Get you one today. Every party needs a pack mule.
It's fantastic.
I know that. I remember that too. I was like, I think it was one of my arguments for my samurai character too.
Oh.
For my horse character.
Yeah.
It's like, even though we did have a Goliath who could carry huge amount of things, and even though I think I convinced him because he ended up getting a camel.
Oh,
And we
wow.
end up saying that the camel was evil and plotting our demise.
Wow.
I don't know how it got started either.
Oh my gosh.
But either way, because it's like, yeah, it's like, that's how we justify our party carrying all this crazy loot that we would carry around
Yeah,
with us.
really, it was like all these different, like, these suits of armor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All these javelins and
All these, yeah.
swords and stuff. It was just,
Later on, it became just a thing we forgot about or whatever, and just like, yeah, we just assumed that you figure out a way.
right.
You got a wagon.
Portable hole.
Yeah. Portable hole.
Bag of holding. Yeah.
Yeah.
That too. So.
Nah. Go back to basics.
Basics.
Get you a mule.
Get you a mule. Cool. All right. So I guess we're gonna move on to favorites then.
All right. You go. Go ahead.
Guys. You will never understand how much I love this flail snail. You see how beautiful the shell is? It's fantastic. You see all these spiky eyes that you can pummel your enemies with. It's fantastic. If you need a wild shape, a CR3 wild shape, this one counts as an elemental. It will take up both of your wild shapes. As a druid of the moon, my lovely character Lucy, she has, of course, like defaulted to this lovely thing. In a pinch. Going into elemental form, it's fantastic because you have an immunity to poison, which has been fantastic being in the Underdark because those drow love to use the poisons. And there's lots of poisonous things down in the Underdark as well. Also, you have a lot of resistances, mostly to non-magical, like bludgeoning, piercing, that sort of thing damage. So, as you can see, I've spent a lot of time with this snail. It's fantastic. It's very slow, obviously. It moves like 10 feet. That's about it. But it's great. And you have 5 attacks. It's fantastic. But beware, because if people do
Certain amount of damage.
yeah,
like
it's
10 or more.
10 or more damage to you, then it cuts off one of your eyes.
It's like, yeah, it's this trail.
Don't hate on my
I'm not
mucus.
hating on it. I'm just saying. It's
Hate
like
on my
they put
mucus.
details and the mucus into it. So this is a really good, really cool looking model.
It's fantastic.
Y'all did a really good job.
That's my flail snail rant, as you can tell. It is one of my favorites,
Oh
obviously.
man, the choices here. All right,
You have some big ones, man.
I know. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with a dragon.
Monster!
We got a young blue dragon. Now, I know dragons get really, really huge, and then it takes miniatures like this to remind me how huge they get.
Yes.
Because this is a young blue dragon.
Yes.
This is basically a huge model. And the beautiful thing about this model is very good coloring detail put not only on itself, but also on its wings.
Mm-hmm.
And the wings, it's beautiful, also annoying too, because the whole aspect of its wings, whatever, it's like, yeah, it's so huge, whatever, that it's detachable as its own piece and stuff like that, but it takes up so much room. So storing one, as far as like, you know, DMs put it into their boxes and stuff like that or whatever, it's nice that the wings can detach because it makes it a lot easier, but it's still a little bit annoying how huge this thing is. But this gets across the whole idea of how dangerous dragons are, because this is a young blue dragon.
Go with this lovely guy. This one is a green slod. So I picked this one because I really enjoy just kind of all of the aesthetics that are going on. Tribal, sort of like in the jungle, like I would say almost like swamp status. and whatnot. So like you have, or even desert actually. So you have like the skulls, multiple skulls actually on the staff, all of the different bones, even his the long black nails. Like he makes me think of when you go to like a village, like either in a video game or in like a movie and whatnot, and you're trying to go to like either like the medicine man or woman.
Oh, the shaman.
The shaman. Yes. So it's like this is very, very shaman-y type feel, which I greatly enjoy. So.
Okay. Also, too, I gotta give it credit. This is probably the best model of a slot I've ever seen. Because I think I have one from earlier D&D, like I want to say the 3rd or 4th edition.
Interesting.
That I got from a pack, and it looks so bland in comparison.
All right, what you got?
All right, I've got this fire giant skeleton. Now, it's bad enough to fight a fire giant. Now you're talking about a fire giant that somehow went undead.
Yo, it looks like he's got like a buster sword.
Yeah, it's a busted buster sword.
Bro!
And it still look like it's gonna kill you even worse than what it would have done before. There's breaks in his armor, exposing his ribs. And it's just like, man, like I know a fire giant is pretty meaty. Even in his skeletal form, he looks meaty.
He got big bones.
Yeah.
He's big boned.
So it's like, was this dude like just lean the whole time and just more bone than actual muscle?
It's just big boned.
It's heavy handed. Literally. Like, man.
It's awesome. Next one's going to be boop-a-doo. This is the air elemental. I love me some elementals. Boop-a-doo boop boop. So, yep, and of course the etherealness. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It blew me away.
I gotta go with the mimic door.
So cool.
I have a unpainted miniature that looks close to this kind of doorway. Maybe the doorway's a little bigger.
Oh my god.
And I think when I opened this thing, where I was like, oh, cool. I like, you know, sometimes getting terrain aesthetic, kind of like miniatures and stuff like that or whatever, because I feel like sometimes we don't get enough of those, or, you know, there's a lot more things that kind of like add to the play mat or the map and stuff like that or whatever, that kind of pops. And then I saw the other side of this thing,
bro,
and I was like, I forgot what mimics can do sometimes.
Yep.
And the fear that going into a dungeon, like seriously, if you're running a campaign right now, throw a mimic door in there. Cause I'm telling you, people will be sleeping on mimics sometimes. Like, bro, they always expect them to be treasure chests.
Dude.
There's other stuff that mimics can turn into.
Yep. I had shiny. Woo! This one is, I think it's Kieran, yes. But this one is named, which is kind of cool. Cause it's like, it looks like he's got the face and even like almost like stance and whatnot of like a dragon, but he's a horse. And it looks like he's got scales and whatnot, like he would be like a golden dragon, but he's a horse. So,
now, is he a horse or is he a unicorn? Because I almost feel like it looks like that could be hair, but that could be a horn.
It looks like it's part of his hair.
Okay.
Like it's just flowing everywhere and whatnot.
He has a belly that looks like he's part dragon.
No, that's the thing. It's like literally
like part gold dragon.
Everything about it says gold dragon, but he's got hooves and is a horse and everything. I don't know what's happening. But at the same time, it kind of looks like he's flying. So I don't know.
All right. I gotta go back to the dragon.
Hey.
Now, again, the blue young dragon, you know, hands down, that wingspan, he looks cool and stuff like that. But nothing, I don't know, to me, in my opinion, contends with a red dragon. Now, granted, this is a young red dragon, but I think the aesthetic of this one gets across everything about a red dragon, because they're supposed to be the most fierce. They're the most scary ones. Of course, when they're young, they're probably not the scariest as far as like an adult.
Oh, man.
Or a legendary red dragon and stuff like that could be.
Ooh.
But I still think the idea of having a dragon who possibly in the midst of
mid-flight,
he's rearing up and probably about to go into flight, but he's gonna pop you with that fireball. Like, but bro, I can pop that at any time I want.
It's like shoot first, ask questions later.
Yep.
I'm gonna let you do your last one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I feel you.
Yeah.
Alright. Nightwalker.
Dude.
I know this thing's in a book. But I saw the picture of it, and I was like, the picture gives me nightmares.
Oh
But the figure, seeing it in just
Towering.
oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Instant nightmare fuel.
Like I gotta read back up on it, see how dangerous this thing really is. But I'm just looking at the aesthetic of it just makes me go like, yeah, my player can run.
Straight out
Just
of the
run.
pits of darkness.
Yeah. This looks like if a Heartless from Kingdom Hearts
Bruh.
grew up to adult age, was on a very lean, no-fat diet,
What?
and was like on the prowl. He made my stomach growl. Even though he's got like energy flailing off of him, which I don't know what that's about. Is he on fire?
Like it feels like it almost feels like hate incarnate a little
Yeah.
bit. Like or just death. I
Just
don't know.
death. Yeah, just on the prowl. And like you know he's towering because even his stance is like looking downward, like he's praying. He's about to grab something. He's about to snatch something up. Oh man, it's a great figurine.
Awesome. So, my last one is of course the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And this one is very special to me because I have had a T-Rex that actually he was technically an Allosaurus, but we had a figurine of a T-Rex kind of stand in for it and everything like that. Anyways, he's a big dinosaur, and he was red, and I named him Red, and he was my best friend, and now he's gone, and it's made me think of Red. So, I miss Red. He was destroyed by a meteor that opened a portal to the Nine Hells.
Yeah, the second Darkness campaign. Drowse.
Anyways, those are our picks for Fangs and Talons. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all enjoyed our picks as well. You can see more on the lovely collectibles website and Icons of the Realms.
Tons of other. Like I said, it was easy and hard to make some of these picks.
Yeah.
Because again, for me personally, when you're throwing some dragons, you gotta show some dragons.
Oh sure, yeah, absolutely.
And then certain aesthetics that appeased us or spoke to us made it a lot easier. But there was really good figurines. There's really good picks out of this one.
Fantastic. Yeah. I would say worth it. Go grab yourself some minis for when we are all able to be back together again at the table and to decimate some stuff together. Totally, I would absolutely recommend. So yeah, but cool. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Wait, I think there was one more.
Oh,
I'm not gonna take this one out the box.
No.
Purple worm.
Yo.
So in our current campaign that we're in, Second Darkness, we ran into one of these.
Oh my god.
And I think we ended up having to kill it from the inside out.
Yep.
Because
it swallowed like 3 of you.
Yeah, it swallowed 3 of us.
Was it 3? Maybe 4. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I know I threw myself in there willingly.
You were one of the healers, and you threw yourself in there so you could heal the party member.
Yeah.
Even though like the acid inside the stomach was just killing her over and over again.
Yeah. Because I think I ran out of spells or whatever, so all I could do was like
stabilize, and then she's like ah.
And dying all over again.
Yeah, you just kept waking her up to feel pain. It's ridiculous.
Great moments.
Oh my gosh.
Such a trooper. Thank you, Emma, for playing.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Also, these things,
Things.
they literally, they have their mouths open and they just eat everything that's in their way and everything when they're tunneling, and then they poop out like gems and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. We looted pretty good off of it after we killed
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Like, our rogue got some poison off of it.
Yeah.
A good number of sacks of poison off
Oh
of it.
my, because it's huge.
Yeah.
Oh my
That
gosh.
I think she's still using to this day.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, this is the purple worm. This is separate from it. This is a great purchase by itself. This is a very good looking miniature. I wish I could show it off a little better. Hopefully we got a better picture.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take it out the box.
No.
It's too cool.
Yeah.
And it's not mine.
Yeah.
So, but thank you so much for letting me show it off.
Thanks, Matt. We love you.
And there we have it for the Fangs and Talons.
Ta-da!
A+ for this miniature set. A+.
I don't think we had any weird bendy,
No.
questionable
No kind of questionable, no
weirdness,
issues,
so
none of that. So
all
I
the
don't know.
miniatures were solid.
I doubt they cared about my opinion.
You don't know. You don't know. It's like some of those views, man.
You know what? Sometimes I think it's just people are proud to do quality work.
Sure.
And this is quality work.
Yeah.
And this is work that they can stand by.
There you go. As it should be.
As it should be.
Well, until next time, I'm Gamer Becca.
I'm Gamer Lynn.
And we want you to keep it 100. See you next time for more mini
miniatures in the
I mean,
future.
there's not nothing mini about these.
Yeah, there's some pretty big ones.
Anyways, bye.
Bye.